Okay, this short web tutorial is going to get you started using Google Slides for a portfolio. So the first thing you're going to need to do is go to your Google Drive, and we're going to go to New, and we are going to open up a Google Slide presentation. And we are just moving a little slowly today, so this might be a slightly longer video than 5 minutes. But I'm going to go to New, and I'll go to Create Google Slides. If you're just watching right now. So, in Slides, my student work generally comes in something that's 8.5 by 11 and not necessarily something that is widescreen. So the first thing I'm going to go do is I'm going to change this page setup. And instead of widescreen, I will go to custom. And this is going to be 8.5 by 11. And now my page has gone full screen. Now, if I wanted to be able to print this out at the end, I may want at the top to insert a little shape up here that will have some text in it. We'll put student name and ID, and that's a little bit small, so we can make that text just a little bit bigger. It comes in that way because we've gotten this whole 8.5 by 11 page that is split out here. Now I can go ahead and I can duplicate this slide, so I can use that kind of as my template. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump over here into my phone. And on my phone, I have this really incredible app. It is called Google Drive. The Google Drive app is incredible for a few reasons. One, I can hit this plus button. And let me just make sure I'm in the account that I want to use. I'm going to jump into this account. Perfect. Okay, so I can hit the plus button. And I have an option to use my camera. And I can go here, and I'm going to take the photo of our student work. Perfect. And I'm going to use the photo. Now, you may want to spend just a little bit more time setting the background and things if you're really going to use that photo. Sorry. And you can see right now it's actually uploading very slowly into my Google Drive. Very slowly into my Google Drive. All right. So what I'm going to do is in just a minute, this should end up in my Google Drive. And if I ran this outside, it might end up there slightly faster than not. But what will happen is once I get that student work in there, I probably should have taken the photo first, but it's coming. You can see we are slowly getting there. We're almost there. Generally, it probably will happen a little bit more quickly than this. I might go into YouTube Editor at the end of this and cut out this middle piece while we wait for this photo to upload. But this will then live in my drive. From my drive, I then can insert it into that slide presentation. So here we go. Oh my gosh, we are almost there. And I should have ran outside with this and it would have probably happened a little bit faster. But what I'm going to do is once that's there is I'm going to go to Insert Image. And when you insert images, you have an option to insert images that live in your Google Drive. Perfect. It's in there. So if I go to Google Drive, my drive, insert image, and hopefully if I go to that image that was just in there, and I don't have it, recent, thank you. And here's that image right here that I just took. I can select it, and it'll go right here onto my portfolio page of student work. In this case, I'm going to just crop just a little bit so we get some of that, but you would take a better photo, and you can start building that kind of student portfolio by doing that. The next piece of student work, you go ahead, you can duplicate that slide. Everything is all set up for you, and you can insert that next image. Now, if this was an image of maybe a printed out Google Doc, I could actually link the original document to the image, and it would take you to the actual Google file and the original piece of writing. What's really fantastic about this is I'm just going to take a few liberties, and I'm just going to duplicate the slide. So imagine it was a different photo this time. When we're all done at the end of the year, I can go to File and I can go to Print. And it actually just did it automatically for me here. It downloaded as a PDF. And right now I have a document as that portfolio that I can print out, sign off, and hand to whoever those powers may be. Now, my screen castifies the recording. I'm going to stop